with lemon juice, olive oil, cumin, paprika, salt and pepper, and then garlic.
So visually, it's definitely colorful, but why all the garnish underneath?
I saute in the pan because I want to put the flavor underneath and then the kebab layer on there.
A kebab traditionally is eaten on the skewer, one bite. You're just changing the dish completely again, which we don't want you to. So the cook on the beef, beautiful. Temperature, spot on. Seasoning on point, but the peppers on the skewer are raw and the peppers underneath are cooked. And I want the peppers on the skewer cooked. Thank you.
Samantha, you've taken on a very different strategy than everybody else. You just decided to completely omit the peppers.
The flavor profile is Mediterranean. I didn't see the peppers fitting in.
How did you cook these? I mean, you have grill marks, but they're sporadic and...
Yeah, I cooked most of it on the grill, but when I cut one open, it was a little underdone, and I decided to put it in the oven. It's a little under.
Oh, that's rare.
Okay.
The flavor of the beef is okay, but you took a strategy that was minimalistic, and I think, unfortunately, that also reflects in the way they taste.
Okay, okay,
Very minimal.
okay.
Gerard,
Hi, Chef.
visually they look beautiful. Good color.
Thank you, Chef.
What type of marinade is in the kebab?
So I tried to get close to like a jerk marinade.
Jerk. Mushroom, 2 peppers, and the red onion. The cook on the beef, pink and beautiful. And we really charred them. That's the essence of that grill. That's what a kebab stands for, right? But the bit that lifts me is that jerk seasoning, which traditionally you don't really get with a kebab. Good job.
Actually, first of all, you got a beautiful marinade on the outside. I think you were very generous with the seasoning. I like that.
I was going for those Latin flavors. The beef was marinated in lemon and lime juice, garlic oil, cumin, coriander, and some red chili flakes.
I got a real fatty piece. I think you could have butchered them down a little bit better, but you did cook them well. I like the seasoning. Peppers and the chimichurri have a home run, but just kind of shifting gears on some of the elements would have made this spot on.
Okay.
Caesar,
Hi, Chef.
visually they look good. Describe your kebab.
So I put both bell peppers, onion, oregano, garlic, then red wine vinegar marinade, because I really wanted to pack flavor into them.
Beautiful cook.
Thank you.
Medium rare. It's cooked beautifully. Love the marks on there. The seasoning's on point. Love the color. You know, your sticks are bountiful. But the one mistake you made is giving a expensive cut of beef red wine vinegar. It doesn't need that kick. Thank you.
Thank you, Chef.
Color's white, beautiful. It's got that char mark on there as well.
Yeah, that right there shows a lot of promise.
Also, it's uniform, right?
Yeah,
Consistent.
that's important. Absolutely, it affects the flavor.
They're the most street food looking one.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yep.
Without doubt. Tough challenge. The first person safe heading straight into the top 4 of the biggest culinary competition anywhere in the world. That person is... Geron. Congratulations.
Yes.
Joe, Ron and myself thought that it was cooked beautifully and it was bountiful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The second home cook that is safe from elimination, that home cook is, congrats. The second home cook that is safe from elimination and from this challenge upcoming is Caesar.
Thank you.
You cooked everything evenly, properly, and seasoned it to perfection.
Thank you, Chef.
So, off you go, Jerron, and of course, Caesar.
Thank you, chefs.
I'm excited I was able to lift the pressure of elimination so early on tonight. This dream, it's becoming a fairy tale that I hope the ending is happily ever after, but right now I'm gonna enjoy being top 4.
Unfortunately for you three, you are all in the apron of Chef Gordon Ramsay. So, no matter what happens tonight, he will be losing one home cook. You three will now face another challenge. Please, come with me. For your second beef challenge, you'll be tackling one of my most favorite things to cook and to eat. This dish, it requires a deft hand and a perfect cook. Meatballs in a beautiful marinara sauce. Soft pillows of deliciously seasoned beef with that perfect marinara glistening light and pink. You three have to make impeccable meatballs, or your MasterChef dreams could end here tonight. Please head to your stations.
I normally make meatballs with my mom, so I'm familiar with the steps to make them. However, they normally sit in sauce for at least 2 hours at home. So this is going to be a hell of a challenge.
Now, your second attempt to get up to the safety of that balcony, you'll have 30 minutes to make us a plate of perfect meatballs.
At your stations, you'll have everything that you need to make some delicious meatballs in marinara sauce.
Your 30 minutes starts now. You know, meatballs are such a popular food. It doesn't cost much to make, and quite frankly, it's delicious.
A to Z of a perfect meatball, Joe.
You gotta get the mix right. The meat has to be ground right, the right blend of beef and whatever else you want to add to it. Then, breadcrumbs, milk, parsley, all important. But you have to have the egg component right.
It's like Ashley's just gonna do the yolk.
You want to keep it light and fluffy. Those breadcrumbs, you want them to create space. So working the bread too much as well can also make the meatball very, very hard.
We're down to 20 minutes. You've got to speed up, all three of you.
Come on, guys.
So Ashley's putting milk into her toasted breadcrumbs.
That's good.
Yeah.
She's focused.
Yeah.
Bowen is rolling the meatballs in the breadcrumb. That must be a Chinese technique.
I don't know about that.
You have to pan fry them lightly, not too hot. You don't want to burn the outside, keep the inside raw. And then you want to cook them in the tomato sauce. It's slow and low, but it comes out great if you do it right.
Those look good, Sam.
Just coming up to 15 minutes to go.
Ashley's the only one testing it. That's smart.
All right, Ashley, time is of the essence. You need to
Yes,
get these
Chef.
meatballs in. At
Yes,
this
Chef.
point, with 15 minutes left, I might even make them a little bit smaller just to
Heard.
get them cooked in time. Have you made meatballs before?
I have made meatballs before.
Put in a lot of breadcrumbs. They look pretty white and chewy. That's an interesting strategy, but you've got to get them cooking now because your time is running out.
Heard.
Ashley's gonna turn into the mad scientist in about 4 minutes.
I know.
Meatballs.
Yes.
So you covered them with breadcrumbs.
Yes.
And you're cooking them with herbs and garlic.
Yes.
That's a very, very non-traditional technique you're doing here. Sometimes they say at Bowen that you don't listen. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying that sometimes maybe you should listen more and think less.
That's a dangerous thing to do right now because it's replication.
This is what a standard meatball cook should look like, Samantha. Make sure you get enough sauce in that pan so they're submerged. You've obviously made meatballs before.
I have.
What
I've
was
made
in
them.
your mix?
I've got ground beef and
Are you sure you want to do that?
no. I'm gonna put them in here.
It's okay, just leave them. What are you doing?
I'm putting them in the oven, but I'd like them to be in the sauce.
Why didn't she finish it on the stove?
Oven open.
Then put it in the oven.
What's happening? I don't really understand. Samantha was frying the meatballs, and then she took some tomato sauce and put it in the frying pan. And then she put the meatballs into the oven. They'll get hard.
Hard and raw in the middle.
Ashley just put her meatballs in the pan with 10 minutes to go. I don't know if she'll get them cooked in time.
Wow.
She's had time management issues throughout this competition.
On high.
Bowen has breaded the meatballs, so they're like meatball cutlets.
Bowen's gone rogue again. I mean, that is going to be that guy's downfall.
It's funny how these challenges seem easy, but they really are difficult.
They are.
That's a nice one right there.
8 minutes to go.